Let's do some ankle mobility work, shall we? When we talk about ankle mobility, I want you to think about range of motion, and just getting your foot, your whole ankle, your foot moving in all kinds of directions. So we're going to work on a lot of flexion and extension in the ankle. And what that means in our body and our muscles is that we need to work on our Achilles, we need to work on our calf muscle, and we need to be mindful of the shin, which is really difficult to stretch those connective muscles on top. The other thing is moving your toes, getting yourself so that you can really curl your toes and move them in all directions is going to help immensely as well. So we're going to start in a standing position on your mat, and let's go. So here's just a really great movement and stretch that you can do against a wall. You can also do it like against the bottom of your cupboards if you had your countertop on the top. What we just need is something to use for our foot at the bottom, and then we also need something to sort of hold on to, okay? So we're gonna start by just standing close to the wall. Simply taking your foot, ball of your foot, okay? Curl your toe and press it into the wall. Rock your weight all the way forward and back. It's kind of a give and release. So this is a non-weight bearing way to curl the toes so that when we come down onto the mat, you might have the ability to get a little more range of motion there. Switch sides. So ball of the foot into the wall or the cupboard, whatever you're using, rock forward and back. A little sneaky way to be also using our back ankle. Come as high as you can on your tippy toe. Good, and release. Give your ankles a roll. So plant your toe. This is really nothing fancy. Ooh, little crack. Plant your big toe and just roll around. We focus a lot on doing this for our knee, for our hip. Think about it for the ankle. Roll your foot. Opposite way as well. One of my absolute favorite ways, and we're not going to get to it today, we're not going to be able to cover it today, is to roll the bottoms of your feet. Rolling the bottoms of your feet with a tennis ball or with a yoga therapy ball really helps to stimulate that circulation. So let's go ahead and come down on our mat. We're just coming down into a kneeling position here. Kneeling on your shins to begin with, so you can have something in front of you if you need a little support. You can pad your knees up if you need support as well. We are going to curl our back toes underneath. So the exact same movement that we just did, one foot at a time against the wall, we're doing both at the same time here. Again, let's move in and out of this a little bit. Move back, move forward, back, move forward. Good job. Just apply that consistent sort of pressure. Of course, as our hips sit back, we're putting weight onto the toes and onto the feet. Take your hands down, just give your feet a little shake. Tops of the feet to the mat, okay? Be mindful of this connection and line. I want you to feel your big toe, the nail of your big toe on the mat. Try not to collapse your heels open. If you were much younger than me, you might be turning your toes out. The reason I say younger than me is because we've all seen little kids sit there with their toes flared out to the side. Tops of the feet very intentionally to the mat. That connection from your big toenail all the way up your shin bone to your knee. Think about that. Same thing. See if you can sit back. Come forward. We want to be able to apply constant downward pressure, pressing the tops of our feet into the ground. In order to be able to do that, we need to work on the openness in the ankle joint. So everybody's going to be at a different range of motion. You can build into this by having something to hold you and support your body weight so that, say you went back, you have a place to come back up to. Okay, if that makes sense. The other thing for those of you with tender knees, pad behind your knees. Sit only back as far as that pillow is. Good job, you guys. So we need to recruit our entire body for this next little movement. These are little squat pops, I like to call them. So we're going to be bending our knees, yes. Bend your knees. Now as low as you can go. You're gonna feel a point of resistance where your heels want to peel away, and I want you to pause there. Take 2 deep breaths. Come all the way back up. Okay, keep that grounding feeling in mind. Push down through your heels. Go as far as you can. See if your heels need to lift. If they do, that's okay. Keep squatting down. heels down as you come up. Keep going. You guys keep going in your range of motion. I'll demonstrate that possibly some of you will be able to, or you can build into squatting with flat feet, okay? Some of you, as you come down, you'll be bending much sooner. You'll be lifting your heels much higher. That's okay, just keep going. It's mobility work, meaning it's gonna feel like work. Push into your heels to come up. As low as you can go. Good job. So the next thing that we are going to practice is toe stand. True form yoga practice. Again, if you feel like your balance is of issue, hold on to something. Have something in front of you. That's the beauty of these slow targeted practices. You can work within your limits. We are going to come about hip distance with our feet. Let's try that. As we come down, think of pushing into your heels. Again, find your resistance point and then pop up, okay? Good job. Sit down, don't really worry about form per se. As long as the heels are lifted, we are good. Sometimes I move. Practice moving. Your joints of your ankle need to totally stabilize. If moving, twisting feels awkward, stay still, breathe, take deep breaths. I know this is intense for some of you, but you've got this. Take one more deep breath. Good job. Stand however you need to. Again, shake out those ankles, roll them around, move them, point and flex, whatever you need to do to rebuild that circulation. Okay, this time we're going to bring, when we're in the pose, now just, I'll talk you through this. When we're in the pose, we're gonna turn our toes out, knees out. We're gonna try to have our heels click together. Okay, so bending our knees, we're like ballerinas, coming into a little plie. See if you can keep pushing into your heels. Let your bum move back. Good job. Pop your heels as high as you can. Come all the way down here, take your hands wide. Okay, if you feel like you can bring this pedestal underneath of you to be a little narrower, so think of that. This pedestal as your heels are together is narrow. Heels up, knees wide, breath, mind, calm. Try to concentrate and balance. Like I said, this is mobility work. It feels strenuous because we're building strength. We're recruiting the joint to stabilize on purpose. Good job. Take a deep breath. Awesome. Hands down. Stand however you need to. Woo! Shake out your feetsies. Good job. Good toe stands. Okay, my friends, so I want to show you a couple manual things that you can do just as we do with our wrists, elbows, shoulders. We want to kind of manually work through the ankle joint itself. Okay, so pick up one foot. Now, you could be sitting in a chair if you want, just cross your leg over the opposite. If you can sit down with me, you're going to hold onto your shin, hold onto your foot, move it around. Both ways. Ooh, doesn't want to go that way. Totally normal. It's like we're drawing circles with our toe. Sometimes you can feel like a little clicking or grinding. That's normal as long as it's not painful. Okay, and then manual point and flex. I'm hooking my arm just because it's easier. I'm going to push back, pull forward. You can get somebody to do this for you too. It's a great stretch. Maybe I'll show you here in a second. I would be happy to do it for you. You know, mobility work, switch feet. Mobility work is something that's fabulous one-on-one to learn some stretches and some assisted stretches, which means being able to ask your partner or your friend, show them what you need stretched and get them to help you. The feet are a great one. The ankles are a great one to do that. Okay, once you're done this foot, put your foot forward. So what I was gonna say is, what feels great is to sit and point your toes, open the fronts of your ankles as much as you can. Have somebody standing in front of you that's going to apply gentle pressure down onto the top of your foot, okay? What that allows you to do is just to come to maybe one sliver. It's got to be somebody you trust. One sliver more depth, but then you can kind of chill out there. Our brain wants to stop us when we start to feel any sensation of pain or tightness. Okay, you can point your toes with me here, open the fronts of your ankles. I always go into this like transic stare down with my feet when I'm stretching my ankles, because it's fascinating how you really can see the joints move. So open that joint to the best of your ability. You want to get to where this is a nice flush line. And we can, that's the way our bodies are designed to move. But our feet carry a lot of tension. Our ankles carry a lot of weight and tension. Okay, so it takes work. Now let's go the opposite. Pull your toes back towards yourself. This is great with a belt. You could put a belt around. If you can get a hold of your feet, pull back, push your heels forward. Like I say, a strap or a belt, something like that would be great as well. Good job. Release that. Give them a little shake. Okay, a little point and flex. Super simple. A little more of a brain challenge maybe than a foot challenge for some. I want you to pull your right toe back, push your left toe forward, and then alternate. Push back. Okay, so we're practicing at training these neurological pathways that allow us to control the movement of our foot and of our ankle. So work like this, that is really mindful and intentional, combined with some of the mobility exercises that we have gone through today, is going to help you get stronger, more stable ankle joints. Promise, guarantee. Good job. Relax your legs, give them a little shake. One more thing here in a seated position. We're going to come onto our knees again. Please curl your toes under. Okay, you are going to try your best to keep right toes curled under, arms wide, arms forward, arms in any position you need to. Can you step to your left foot? Like so. Can you step back? Can you step to your right foot? Can you step back? Good job. Awesome work, you guys. Really important appreciated part of our body is our ankles. Those of you who have a lot of tenderness in your toes, in your feet, and in your ankle joints themselves, I know you guys understand that it can be really limiting in some of the poses and postures that we practice in yoga, and that's just simply due to range of motion. So just try to incorporate these things once in a while. Again, like I was saying, actually some assisted stuff is very helpful for this. If you want more information on that, you can certainly reach out. Otherwise, take care. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying these sessions, and have a fabulous day. Namaste.